going on, guys? So we're back with another video, and today we're going to talk about weaponsmithing. There are 16 skills to level up. So this is going to be a whole series to level up each thing individually. Weaponsmithing, skinning, harvesting, weaving, stone cutting, cooking, all that. But like I said, today we're going to focus on weaponsmithing. And we're going to talk about the best items to craft to level up quickly, the forge tiers, and perks, gem slots, and attribute points that come with creating your own weapons. So what is weaponsmithing? It's a crafting skill that will allow you to make your own weapons. These weapons include rapiers, warhammers, great axes, long swords, and shields. These need to be made at a forge in a settlement. This is good to level up if you don't like to wait for weapons to drop off enemies or quests, and you just want to go. It's always good to create your own weapons because you can make the weapons how you want. You can make them more accustomed to how you want your character to be and how you want to play. So anytime you can recommend making your own stuff. With any of these skills, gathering does play a huge part in weaponsmithing. So you're going to need to also be leveling up mining so you can get the ore and stuff like that. Stone cutting, logging. So keep that in mind when you're leveling this up, and kind of try to just do each of the crafting skills used. They're going to be used for weaponsmithing in particular. So now that we have what weaponsmithing is, let's talk about what you need to use to level up your weaponsmithing to make the weapons you want. You're going to need to go to settlements and look for a forge. Unfortunately, you can't use any forge because each settlement has a forge level, or a forge tier, I should say. And as you increase your weaponsmithing, you're going to need to use higher tiers to make the better weapons and stuff like that, of course. So a good way to locate a forge that's the correct level for what you need to craft, you can ask players around the settlements, stuff like that. They'll be able to tell you where to go, or you can just open up a map, look at the settlements, and find out what tier everything is there. Go there, you'll open up the menu, go to the forge, create your stuff, and start leveling up away. So once you're at the forge and you find the settlement that has the tier that you need, you'll see a list of recipes that you can craft depending on what materials you have and what level you are. So if you're making a pillaging crude iron armament, you'll need 25 ore, 25 rawhide, and 40 greenwood. Keep in mind, this is a good example of what you'll need to level up for weaponsmithing in particular. And if you're not at the correct level for these skills, you can always go to the trading board and just drop that sweet old Eternum cash. Be aware that it can get very expensive very quickly. So I always encourage you to go out and gather. Plus, if you look at my last video, you'll be out doing this stuff anyway for quests for the towns, for settlements, stuff like that. So you'll eventually have all this stuff leveled up and have all the stuff in your inventory as it is. So it's not like a big deal if you're out doing it, but if you're trying to be quick about it, you can buy stuff, but it will be expensive. So once you get to the point where you can create weapons that you want to use and you're not just strictly going for levels, you do have the option to pay Azoth to have a higher chance of making a weapon with a perk, a gem slot, or attribute point. The more Azoth you pay, the better odds you have, but the end result is always random and you're not always guaranteed to get the one you want. What's Azoth, you ask? Well, I'm glad you asked. It serves as a form of currency in Aeternum. It's used for crafting, it's used for fast travel, and it's used to respec the mastery tree of a certain weapon. To get more Azoth, you'll need to go about doing more quests and stuff for your settlement. That's about the easiest and most efficient way to get Azoth. So if you're running low, head up to the town board, get some quests. There's also this thing called special resources. These can be applied when crafting to ensure you get a certain in particular perk that you want. For example, when making a tool, the Azoth extraction perk can be applied. And if you have the drop of Azoth oil special resource, it will give you 1 Azoth every time you gather with that tool in particular. Each one has separate perks, so it's good to keep a hold of them if you find them. Throw them in your storage. If you don't want to use them at the moment, save them for like a weapon or a piece of armor that you want to use the most, and you can kind of really create your character the way you want. So how do we level weaponsmithing quickly? The more your character level increases, the higher weapons and armor you'll need. Basic RPG, MMORPG, basic game stuff right there. So it's important to keep your weaponsmithing leveled up so you can keep your own stuff at your level. So literally everything you craft will give you XP, but you're not going to want to continue to make the same thing forever as your level scales. You should always be trying to make the highest tier items you can. Here's a list of everything you should be making from levels 1 to 200 to ensure you get the most XP for these level gaps, I guess. So from levels 1 to 50, make iron great axes. These require 12 iron ingots, 2 coarse leather, and 3 timbers. Then from levels 51 to 100, make a steel rapier. These require 8 steel ingots, 1 coarse leather, and 2 timber. From levels 101 to 150, make an iron hammer. These require 12 iron ingots, 2 coarse leather, and 3 timber. From levels 151 to 200, make an orichalcum rapier. It requires 10 orichalcum ingots, 1 infused leather, and 2 ironwood planks. So with all that, get out there, make your weapons, level them up quickly. Remember to be working on your mining, your skinning, your logging, leatherworking, all that as well. Keep an eye out for the rest of how to level up all this other stuff quickly. If you found this video informative, let me know. Give it a thumbs up, subscribe. There'll be more New World videos coming out. Peace out. See you guys next time.